Welcome to our journey through history as we explore the most influential events and human discoveries that have shaped our civilization. Join us as we delve into each event's origins, developments, and the far-reaching consequences that continue to impact our world today. Our first stop is the Agricultural Revolution, a transformative period when humans transitioned from nomadic hunting and gathering to settled farming communities. This event marked the beginning of stable, permanent settlements and allowed for population growth, paving the way for urban development and the rise of civilization. Before the story of human civilization unfolds, we must journey back to a time long past, to the age of the ancient pyramids. These monumental structures towering over the desert sands of Egypt stand as lasting testaments to human ingenuity, artistry, and the intricate societies that built them. The pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza, symbolize not only the grandeur of ancient Egyptian civilization, but also its profound impact on architecture, mathematics, and cultural development throughout history. We now turn our attention to the construction of the Great Wall of China, a monumental endeavor spanning several dynasties, primarily during the Ming Dynasty. Originally built to protect against invasions, this iconic structure represents both the might and administrative capability of ancient China. The wall, stretching over 13,000 miles, stands as a testament to human perseverance and ingenuity. Next, we examine the fall of the Roman Empire. This pivotal event in 476 AD led to the fragmentation of Europe. The fall of Rome resulted in the loss of centralized governance in Western Europe, ushering in a period marked by feudalism and the dominance of the Catholic Church. After the fall of Rome, Europe found itself in a state of turmoil known as the Dark Ages. Despite the chaos, this period also laid the foundations for significant cultural and intellectual growth in the future. With the decline in centralized power, local communities began to devise new socio-political structures, which eventually evolved into the distinct entities of medieval Europe. This era, though overshadowed by fragmentation, became a crucible for innovative thought that would later flourish during the Renaissance. In the vast expanse of history, the rise of Islam during the 7th century stands as a transformative epoch. This burgeoning religion, founded by the Prophet Muhammad in the Arabian Peninsula, rapidly spread across vast territories, establishing a unified community and ushering in an era of profound cultural and scientific advancement known as the Islamic Golden Age. During this period, scholars made groundbreaking contributions in fields such as mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy, laying the foundational knowledge that would later ignite the European Renaissance. After exploring the expansion of Islam, we turn to a defining yet often overlooked moment in European history, the reign of Khan Tervel of Bulgaria in the early 8th century. Known as the savior of Europe, he played a crucial role in stopping the Muslim advance into Europe during the siege of Constantinople from 717 to 718 AD. By allying with the Byzantine Empire, Tervel's forces delivered a strategic blow to the Umayyad Caliphate, preserving Christian Europe from further incursion. This pivotal event not only ensured the continuity of Western traditions and beliefs, but also maintained a balance of power in the region. Next, let us travel back to the 9th century, a time marked by the flourishing of the Carolingian Empire under Charlemagne, often referred to as the father of Europe. His reign oversaw the Carolingian Renaissance, a revival of art, culture, and learning based on classical antiquity. This period laid the groundwork for the medieval society in Europe and inspired the unification of various European territories, which would later influence the political landscape of Europe. We journey now to the 12th century, during a time when cultural and intellectual revival spread across medieval Europe in what would be known as the Scholastic Age. This era saw the rise of renowned universities such as the University of Bologna and the University of Paris, becoming prominent centers for academic pursuit and debate. Scholars like Thomas Aquinas and Peter Abelard pushed the boundaries of philosophy and theology, making significant contributions to the Western intellectual tradition. The scholastic movement laid critical groundwork for the Renaissance and the development of modern Western thought. Now, let's delve into the significant event of the signing of the Magna Carta in 1215. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of constitutional governance by limiting the power of the English monarchy and laying the groundwork for modern legal systems and individual rights. The Magna Carta's influence extended far beyond England, inspiring the development of democratic principles around the world. Next, let's step into the Middle Ages to explore the Black Death, a devastating pandemic that swept across Europe during the 14th century. This catastrophic event claimed millions of lives and led to profound social, economic, and cultural upheavals. The widespread mortality brought about significant labor shortages, which in turn shifted the feudal power dynamics and paved the way for major societal changes and the eventual end of the medieval period. Our journey brings us to the invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century. This revolution in information dissemination made literature and knowledge more accessible, fueling the Renaissance and Reformation, and democratizing learning. We continue our list with the European age of exploration in the 15th and 16th centuries. Driven by desires for trade, wealth, and expansion, European explorers like Columbus and Magellan made monumental discoveries that expanded the known world and led to a global exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. As we traverse through these pivotal moments, it's essential to recognize the profound impact of colonization on global history. The period of colonization by European powers from the 16th to the 20th century reshaped continents, cultures, and economies. This era, marked by exploration, conquest, and exploitation, significantly affected indigenous populations across the Americas, Africa, Asia, and Oceania. Colonization resulted in cultural exchanges, but also led to societal disruptions and the drawing of arbitrary borders that continue to influence geopolitics today. Now, let's shift our focus to the Peace of Westphalia in 1648. This series of treaties ended the 30 Years' War in Europe, marking a turning point in political reality as it laid the groundwork for modern state sovereignty. By establishing a new set of diplomatic principles, the Peace of Westphalia influenced international law and negotiations fundamentally, promoting the idea of equal and independent states coexisting through diplomatically negotiated peace. We now explore the Industrial Revolution beginning in the late 18th century. This period of technological and industrial advancement transformed societies from agrarian economies to industrial powerhouses, drastically altering daily life and setting the stage for modern mechanics and electronics. Next, the French Revolution of 1789 dramatically reshaped the political landscape of Europe. By overthrowing the monarchy and establishing a republic, it inspired waves of revolutionary thought that demanded liberty, equality, and fraternity, influencing political movements worldwide. Next, we delve into a profound event of the 18th century, the American Revolution. This monumental conflict between the 13 colonies and the British Empire ignited the quest for independence and democratic governance. The war, culminating in American victory, established a republic based on principles of freedom and equality, inspiring other nations to pursue self-determination and radically altering the global balance of power. World War I, known as the Great War, began primarily due to a complex web of alliances, nationalistic fervor, and militaristic ambitions among the great powers of Europe. A key trigger was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in 1914, but underlying causes had been simmering for decades. The war saw unprecedented levels of destruction and loss, as the world's major powers were drawn into a conflict that spanned continents and fundamentally altered the course of history. This war not only led to the political reshaping of Europe, but also paved the way for significant social changes and technological advancements. Our journey through history now brings us to one of the most devastating conflicts of the 20th century, World War II. This global war, spanning from 1939 to 1945, was marked by unparalleled destruction and loss of life. Fueled by aggressive, expansionist policies, it saw the Axis powers, led by Nazi Germany, Italy, and Japan, clash against the Allies, including the United States, the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, and others. This war not only fundamentally altered global political boundaries, but also led to major advancements in technology and warfare tactics. The aftermath of World War II saw the emergence of the United Nations and paved the way for the Cold War, influencing international relations to this day. Post-World War II, we arrive at the Cold War, a period of geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. This rivalry brought about the space race, nuclear arms development, and numerous proxy wars, shaping international relations for decades. Finally, we consider the digital revolution of the late 20th and early 21st centuries. The advent of computers, the internet, and digital technology has changed every facet of modern life, from communication to commerce, education, and entertainment, creating a connected global community. As we conclude our historical journey, we reflect on how each of these events, while influential in their own time, continue to resonate and shape the modern world in profound ways. Understanding these moments allows us to appreciate our shared past and consider the paths our future might take.